Good Monday Matters. I know it's not Monday. I know it's Tuesday. And I'm not in my office. I'm in the car. And I'm not driving. Doris is driving. I would show you, but she doesn't like for me to show you. There she is. We are on our way out of town. We, every year, meet two couples that we have been friends for 45 years, I guess. And we will meet them sometime right after Thanksgiving for about 4 or 5 days. We find some Airbnb somewhere in Ohio or Indiana and kind of come from 3 different directions and meet for about 5 days and just talk and laugh and pray and have devotions, and it's just a great time. And so we're on our way there. And I didn't get a Monday Matters done yesterday, so I thought while we're writing, I would do Monday Matters today. Actually, I recorded a Monday Matters, and I changed my mind. It's a Christmas thing, and I'll do it later. But I've been following this pattern of disciplines to put in place, kind of anticipating the new year, and some disciplines to put in place. And so I thought I'd like to talk about the discipline of authenticity. The discipline of just being the genuine you. Authenticity is it's motivated by an endeavor to match how I act with who I really am, my core values. The authentic person seeks to be rather than to seem. That's probably a good phrase. The opposite of authenticity, there's a sociological word or phrase called self-presentation. I am constantly aware of presenting myself, putting my best foot forward, wearing a mask, never let them see me sweat, all of those things. And that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of life where that's good and that's important. But when I'm speaking of authenticity, and I just pulled my shirt so you couldn't see my t-shirt. So there you go. I'm trying to put my best foot forward. When the self-presentation becomes more important than being the authentic self, then we're less than God wants us to be. To thine own self be true. Polonius said to Laertes in Shakespeare's Hamlet. The psalmist David said, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and see if there be some wicked way in me. There is always this need to be the authentic self, to genuinely be who I am. And that's a discipline. That requires some work. I want who I am on the outside to match who I am on the inside. So it's important to put in place the discipline of authenticity. So I jotted down 7 things to help with this idea of being authentic. And as I end 2023, I want to try more and more to be my genuine self and not to put on a mask. And as I go into 2024, I'd like that to be the platform, the foundation upon which I build, that I am at the very least an authentic person. Number 1, recognize that becoming is an ongoing endeavor. That we're never perfect at it. There's always a sense of trying to not allow people to see exactly who I am. So I'm becoming. I do think the older I get, a little bit easier it gets. I don't know. Maybe that's not true, but it is. I constantly need to be working at being honest, being genuine, being transparent. Recognize that becoming is an ongoing endeavor. Number 2, recognize that self-presentation is a natural character trait. Given my own devices, I lean more towards putting on an appearance than being the real me. And that's the natural me. And so I have to constantly work at being authentic. In fact, I try to put on the appearance of being authentic. That messes you up, doesn't it? Even my humility, my genuineness, even that can be self-presentation. So recognizing that's the natural trait, and I have to work against that. Number 4, to be authentic, listen. Or number 3, sorry. To be authentic, listen more than you talk. I can learn a lot there, but the authentic me listens. It's more interested in the other person than in me telling my story. Sometimes I'll say in counseling, hopefully for effect, not to be the truth, but that's enough about you, let's talk about me. The authentic person wants to talk about you. The authentic person wants to listen more than they talk. Number 4, however, learn healthy, holy assertiveness. If you're going to be authentic, you need to be a healthy assertiveness. This is who I am. This is what I desire. Number 5, speak the truth in love. Authenticity requires truthfulness. But truth, as Paul says in Ephesians 4, truth can be spoken in love. I don't have to be disingenuous to be kind. I can be both true and kind. Number 5, seek clarity, both in the giving and the receiving. I promise you, you are not understood as well as you think you are. And I promise you, way more than that, I'm not understood as well as I think I am. So seek clarity. Did I make myself clear? Do you understand that? Or in the receiving, can you help me to understand that better? I don't quite follow you there. Authenticity requires clarity. And then number 7, expect to be imperfect. We're not going to get it right all the time. We're not going to be perfect at it. And that's a part of authenticity, is to admit our imperfections. Here I go with my favorite quote from my favorite heretic. But I just love this quote. Richard Rohr said, "If there's such a thing as human perfection, it's found precisely in how we handle imperfection, especially our own. And what a clever place for God to hide holiness." Authenticity admits that we don't have it all figured out, but acknowledges that we're trying. That's where we're headed. So, anyway, thanks for paying attention to this. Thank you, Doris, for driving, not wrecking while there's Doris. Doesn't she look pretty? Or she's not wrecking while we're driving. And I'll try to post something over the next 2 or 3 days anyway about this, and then be back on track next Monday. God bless you. Be authentic. Have a great week.